This is a nice loop hike up the Salida Gulch. And if you're coming from, say from Prescott and you're on Route 69 east of town, you're going to go down Walker Road as if you were going down to Lynx Lake. Here's Lynx Lake here. But before we get to Lynx Lake, coming down Walker Road, there is the Lynx Creek Ruin. There'll be a sign here saying Lynx Creek Ruin. Actually, the ruin's out in here. But we're going to take this dirt road all the way to the end. And there's a parking lot there at the end. And then 95, we go up the Salida Gulch. We're going to go clockwise. Up around here, about in here is John's Tank. And then we go back down the other side of the loop. Just up at the top here, just past John's Tank, is Trail 94. Now this trail comes up from Lynx Lake. You could actually, once you got up here, if you came up 95 past John's Tank, just after you round the corner, you could take 94 down to Lynx Lake, cross over the dam, and follow Lynx Creek back to the parking lot. There's some trails in there too. Makes a nice hike. Makes a longer hike out of it. Maybe 5 miles. This one's about 4 miles. About 2 miles out, 2 miles back. Now, I would suggest this as a winter hike, maybe fall or spring, but during the summer it could be pretty warm because this section coming back down is pretty exposed. So it could be pretty intense. So that's the Salida Gulch Loop Trail 95. We're at the Salida Gulch trailhead, and this is right at the end of the Lynx Creek Ruin roads. You can see it's a nice big parking lot, and this trail is not that well used, so there's always plenty of parking here. Here's where the trail starts, and the sign says 9263, but the one that I'm interested in today is 95. 9263 is kind of open and rocky and not really all that pleasant, frankly. But 95 is a beautiful trail. We're going to make a loop hike all the way up to John's Tank and back down. Here's the trailhead just right back there. Now as we get started on this hike, we'll cross this wash. Normally there's very little water in it. We were here one time when it was really flowing heavily and they were letting water out of the lake, out of Lynx Lake. Anyhow, we're going to cross this wash, go up there a little ways and go through a gate. Just a little ways past this gate, we're going to bear to the right. There'll be a trail sign there and we'll head to the right. We're going to make this loop in the clockwise direction. About 4 miles altogether. We've come just a few yards, not very far, till we come to this trail site for 95, cutting off to the right. The other trail, 9263, heads up the hill that way, and you can see what it looks like here. It's so loose and rocky. Well, that's the way it is, almost the whole way, and it's exposed, so it's not one of my favorite hikes. But this is a nice hike here. 95, we're going to go up to the left, around past John's Tank, and back down. Make a nice loop out of it. As you can see here, on 95, they allow hiking, horseback riding, and mountain bikes, but no motorized vehicles. As we start out here, we're following the creek, a nice gradual ascent. This is where we came from, and now you can see the creek is right here, and we're heading up this way. Just a beautiful hike, nothing strenuous. This is kind of an interesting thing along the trail. They cut this tree down, and then looks like someone cut into it several times, probably hoping that the stump would rot out quicker. But as you can see, there's a lot of new growth coming up from that stump, or right near it, probably using the same root system. We're in maybe 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile, and on the left-hand side, as you're going counterclockwise around the loop, we come to these pictographs. here. Interesting, I don't know what they mean, but they are original Indian artwork. We've just come through this nice open area and then into the creek bed again, and that's where you'll find them. So look closely on your left-hand side. There's some there, and there's a few more right up here. Looks like it could be people. One of them looks like a giraffe. I don't think there are giraffes here during that time. I'm not sure. But anyhow, interesting artifacts. And there are a few more just up a little ways. This one looks like an 8 or an infinity sign. There's another one of the same. Some kind of animal right here. And right in here, there's that 8 again. It's not on its side this time. And some more animals. And a little animal right down here. But right here is where the first ones were. So just, a few yards away, in the same wall, sort of, are some more drawings. Probably somebody has figured out what these mean. There is quite a bit of shade on this hike, but there's a lot of open areas too. Here's where we just came from. And could be pretty warm during the summer. I would suggest this one probably for like fall, winter, and spring. But if it's really a warm summer day, it might be better to do the shaded trail over by Thumb Butte. Right at this point, there's another trail sign marked 95. And you might wonder, well, why'd they put a trail sign like way out here in the middle of nowhere, just along the trail? Well, the answer is that there's a little cutoff trail here going up the hill. And this one goes up the hill and meets up with the ridge trail up there. Probably no one would be confused by that if you compare this trail to this. But just in case, they put another trail sign in saying, this is 95. This is a nice, cool, shaded section of the hike, and there's a cool breeze blowing through. Very pleasant. And I heard on the news this morning that they're expecting 90 degrees in Phoenix. So I'm glad to be hiking up here in Prescott. Now we're up at John's Tank, a stock tank, and in just a little bit the trail is going to bear to the right and turn and start heading back down. So we're at this point, we're about halfway around the loop. Just after we round the corner, we intersect with 94 coming up from Lynx Lake. Now we could take 94 down to Lynx Lake, cross over the dam at the north shore, and follow Lynx Creek back down to the Salida Gulch trailhead. That'd make a little bit longer loop out of it, and that's a nice loop. We've done that one before. But today, we're going to stay on 95 and work our way back down the Salida Gulch. So we're just starting on our way back down, and it opens up a little bit here. You can look down into the valley below. We came up right up through there, up the valley, up that way, and John's Tank is like right over in that area. So a little bit of a vista here, and a little bit further on you can see part of Prescott over there. At this point the trail opens up quite a bit to the west and to the north, and looking over that way towards the Sierra Parada and all the way up toward the north, there's Granite Mountain up there. Quite a nice panoramic view. And here we are back again to where we came onto 95. So from here, just a short distance out to the parking lot.